Hi everybody. I don't know what's going on underneath my eye. I really don't. Um, I don't know. I must have banged something or I don't know. Okay. So Bold. Um, Bold is doing his switcheroo. Um, Although it's kind of reminiscent of the storyline with Eric when he had the whatever he had. Although the reason why I can't name it is because I don't think they ever named the disease or whatever he was supposed to have. So, um, and then they act like he was gonna die. He was gonna die, and then Ben came up with the miracle cure for him because a lot of people, including myself, were outraged that he was gonna die because I said John McGook is kind of the whole thing of the show. So you know. Okay, but get ready because Liam Scott Clifton apparently is going to exit the show because they are writing the storyline like he is going to die. The reason why I say this is because now apparently this all happened in a matter of 2 days. I don't know because remember he got out of the hospital, he took out his IV, right? And he left the hospital against medical advice. And according to them, they hadn't gotten the results back of he has an inoperable tumor in the cerebral, whatever, okay? Which means, in layman's terms, sort of, a inoperable tumor in the brain, okay? Why it's inoperable? Don't know. How long it's been there? Don't know. Um, and here's some holes in the storyline. And it's funny because I feel like some people were being my voice during the show because I said, I was thinking, why did they find this sooner than now? And they said, um, and somebody said this, like, why didn't you find it sooner? And they said, well, because we weren't looking for it and we were treating a brain bleed. Okay, I guess. And then why doesn't Liam know? Because, well, and then this is where they made it Liam's fault, kind of like, well, uh, he didn't wait, and if he would have waited, then we would have known. Okay, um, okay, not cool to put it on a patient. Why he doesn't know that he's actively unaliving at the moment. Okay. So the only clue we get other than today was Finn kind of told Steffi what the situation was without telling her directly he's actively unaliving. Okay. And then uh, Bridget says, well, is there anything we can do? Anything? And the Dr. Buckingham says, no, there's nothing. I'm sorry, but we just can't. There's nothing we can do. So the only thing they can do apparently is he's going to be in some pain. And so they can try to make him as comfortable as possible, but that's about all they can do. So, ladies, and gentlemen who like Scott Clifton, be prepared to cry and probably cry buckets. So have the tissues ready. Like I'd say get a box of like whatever, puffs, Kleenex, and have it on hand because we are going to cry like no one's business. Um, yeah. Well, I know I am because, as I've said before, I followed Scott Clifton's career, his entire career, mostly. I mean, he started out really young on General Hospital, and then I've seen him all the way through until now. So I am going to cry buckets, and especially when I have to tell Kelly that he's you know not going to be there, because also right now he's going through the stages of he can't see. He'll have moments where he can see, and then there'll be like where it's blurry. So he has to act like nothing's wrong, and his little girl is like, "What's wrong?" Because right now, today they had a storyline of they have a daddy daughter dance in their own house, and then he was gonna put her to bed, and he's reading the story, but then that's when vision his vision starts getting blurry. So I'm like, oh god. Okay. So this is gonna be just everybody is gonna melt down. And the sad part is okay, number one, well, Hope doesn't know. Because you have to understand that Hope and Liam were married for a time, right? And they have a child together, Beth, right? Okay. So then on top of that, um then Don Diamont, Bill doesn't know. And yes, I remember I said from last week that Liam doesn't want anyone to know. But that means when everybody starts finding out, it's gonna be it's gonna be a problem. It's gonna be a big thing. Because I mean, hello, everyone is gonna find out that he's dying, and who knows when certain people are gonna find out. Like Steffi already knows, and Finn already knows because he's a doctor. But other than that, nobody else knows. This is gonna be a big thing. It's gonna be a big thing. Also, trying to be on a lighter note here, although it's really hard given the storyline. Okay, if Scott Clifton does not get nominated for some kind of Emmy the next time for all this work, there's something wrong with the board or whoever chooses that stuff, because this is Emmy quality stuff. So, oh boy, okay, I'm getting mentally prepared. I and see, here's the thing. I don't know when it's gonna happen. I don't know how fast it's gonna go. I don't know. And I'm just in shock right now because I thought that he was gonna be on the show, because at first I thought it wasn't fatal. Well, I was wrong. And this is one of the few times I wanted to be right that he was gonna live. So I'm in a bit of shock here. Okay. All right. Bye everybody.